Hello students, I am your teacher Sarah, and now we are going to learn about the two types of human reproductive system, the female and the male reproductive system. Our first topic is all about the female reproductive system, and all girls have this. Female reproductive system made of several organs including the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, and vagina. They are very important because it is responsible for producing egg cells and supporting a developing baby inside a mother's womb. Let me tell you about female reproductive system. This is an egg cell. This is a female reproductive cell. Did you know the egg cell is only 1/10 of millimeters? That's right. This is about the size of the diameter of a hair strand. Well, egg cell is not capable of movement unlike sperm cell. Sperm cell will able of movement, and when sperm cell and egg cell unite, fertilization occurs, human life begin. Now, let's talk about different parts and functions of the female reproduction system. First, ovary. It produces egg cell as well as female sex hormones. The female sex hormones are called estrogen and progesterone. Female humans have two ovaries, the left and the right ovary. Did you know when female was born, about 70,000 egg cells are already present in her ovaries? However, only 500 of these egg cells will mature. The mature eggs are released one by one every month once a female reaches puberty or teenager. Remember, the releasing of egg will slow down or stop when the female is about 43 to 55 years old. The menopause. During the menopause, the female gradually stops making female hormones. During this cycle, menstruation can become irregular and eventually stop. The mature eggs leave the ovary through fallopian tube. What is fallopian tube? Fallopian tube. This is led the egg from the ovary to the uterus. Fallopian tube is also the usual site of fertilization where an egg cell and sperm cell meet and unite. Female humans have two fallopian tubes and each connecting to an ovary to the side of uterus. Next is uterus. It is also called womb. Uterus is also called womb. It is a hollow muscular organ located at the lower abdomen. Uterus has soft, smooth inner lining called uterine lining or endometrium. This uterine lining becomes thicker as it accumulates blood and nutrients to accumulate or be ready for the unborn baby as it develops. Uterus is also the site where the fertilized eggs is implanted. If the egg cell is not fertilized, it will break together with the uterine lining or endometrium. After breakdown, it will be discharged during menstruation. Next is cervix. Cervix is located at a lower part of the uterus. It is a narrow opening between uterus and vagina. During childbirth, cervix expands to allow the passage of the baby. Then, the last is vagina. It is also called birth canal. It is a hollow muscular tube that extends from the cervix to the vaginal opening called vulva. It expands to let the baby pass during normal delivery of birth. Now you know the important types and functions of female reproductive system. Now we go to male reproductive system. The male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is made of several organs that's specifically responsible for producing sperm cell and hormones. What is a sperm cell? A sperm cell is important for reproduction because it is needed to fertilize an egg cell which came from a female reproductive system. On the other hand, what is hormone? Hormones are responsible for the development of adult male characteristics. Male can produce for a lot of a sperm cell. Did you know that an average man have approximately 5 million sperm cells in a single drop of semen? But out of this million of sperm cells, only one is needed to fertilize an egg cell. Now we talk about the difference of the male reproductive in its function. First is urinary bladder. This bladder is a muscular sac in the pelvis, just above and behind the pubic bone. When empty, the bladder is about the size and shape of a pear. Urine is made of the kidney and travels down to tubes called uterus to the bladder. The bladder stores urine, allowing urination to be infrequent and controlled. Next is seminal vesicles. These are sac-like pouches attached to the vas deferens. It contributes to the semen production by making sugar-rich fluid which provides energy for the sperm cell's notability. Vas deferens. It is a long, muscular tube that serves as the passageway for the sperm cells release from the testes. It is also connects the testes to the seminal vesicle and the urethra. The urethra in male is the passageway of both urine from the urinary bladder and semen from the glands. Prostate gland. The prostate gland is located just below the bladder in men and surrounds the top portion of the tube that drains urine from the bladder. The prostate's primary function is to produce the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. Next is testes. If singular, you can call it testes. These are glands that produce the sperm cell and the male sex hormone called testosterone. Next is epididymis. It is a narrow, cold tube that stores a sperm cell. Next is scrotum. It is a pair of pouches like socks that contain the testes. It is also control the testes temperature because it must be slightly cooler than the body to reproduce sperm cells. Rectum. The rectum is a chamber that begins at the end of the large intestine, immediately following the sigmoid colon and ends of the anus. The rectum is the section of the digestive tract above the anus where stool is held before it passes out. Anus. The anus is the opening where the gastrointestinal tract ends and exits the body. The anus starts at the bottom of the rectum. The last portion of the colon or large intestine, applied like bands of the muscles called the levator ani muscles, surrounds the anus and from the floor of the pelvis. Now, I have some questions and let's think about it. First, why do you think an adolescent female undergo a period of menstruation? Second, if a person is a gay, it is possible that his sperm cell can fertilize an egg cell. I hope you learned something from our lesson today. In our next lesson again, God bless and keep safe. Bye!